So, gearing up for one of the strongest hurricanes we haven't had in 12 years. And of course, we got two bozos that are on a rocket jetty with the waves coming all around them, and they're just like, I wouldn't be surprised if a big old wave just crashes over them. People, they're just a little. Okay, anyway. Gotta admire their courage, though. Might be a little not smart. Anyway, okay, hey, we're in the book of Daniel. We're going to be reading chapter 5. Two things real quick. First of all, Howard Storm's book, excellent. I'm reading the latest one right now, all about Jesus. I just love it. So highly recommend it. Even though I'm not done with it, I'm still recommending it. The book I just finished was Lorna, Message from the Angels. Wonderful. It coincides exactly with what Howard was saying in his book, that the Lord showed him what our future could be. Let me just explain it. Okay. Lorna can actually see energy with plants and animals and people, okay? And now she's seeing children, or actually children are coming up to her. So, okay, children. Few generations. I think Lorna and I, about maybe same generation, Lorna Byrne is who I'm talking about, who can see angels. She's seen angels from birth, okay? And anyway, she can see this energy, and you can kind of commune with and in the future, the Lord said that there will be pockets of people, different nationalities, different languages, whatever, but the angel Michael gave her a vision of what the future could look like. And she saw all groups of people praying. Somebody was in the middle praying, didn't know if it was a man or woman, didn't really matter. But energy coming up from them to the heavens, and angels going back and forth. And, and in Howard's book, he saw these pocket of communities kind of look like Native Americans with ornaments. And there was no technologies, none of they could commune with nature, commune with the plants. It would grow food. They would use that for their substance, and not have to cook, not have to go anywhere. Can actually visit people telepathically, talk to people, have conversations. There's no iPad, right? And not have to go to distant places, because you can just go there in your mind and come back again. That you would actually feel like you were there, that, you could see things, just like a vision of something. And, but even better, okay? So, if she's already seeing children having these gifts, if humanity chooses, we can have this future. But we all have to choose it. And we all have to understand there's one God, okay? There are angels that he created. He created the earth and everything in it. And all we have to do is believe, tap into that, and love each other as the Lord has commanded us to do. Love our neighbor as ourselves. Love God above all, okay? And get with it so we can have this future, right? Come on. Talk to your grandkids, talk to your kids, talk to, their kids. And they're becoming more in tune, more intuitive of what's going on. If you listen to your angels, know that you're a soul. You are a source from God inside of you. You can't see it, but it's all throughout your whole body. It is so great, okay? And that you are so precious to the Lord that you have been given a guardian angel. You can't see it. It's but Lorna says it's usually behind people. It's a light, and the light will open up, and then she'll be able to see who that angel is. And she's described him differently. And I don't care if you poo-poo it or not. I really don't, but because I know it's real. Why? Because I believe in God. I believe in His Son. I believe in angels and the Holy Spirit. I believe in His archangels and His creation and His unemployed angels, that are not working. They need work. You need to employ them to help you. So they they're just standing around. Give them a job. Hey, I need help lifting these groceries. Or, hey, I need help getting a job. I need help having more self-confidence. I need help in being more loving. I need help, just ask. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, enough of that. Get going here with the Bible. Remember, bring the Lord into your space and pray. Praying is the most powerful weapon we have. Okay. Hey, I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing my song, Ventura Lilacs, a little bit later on. I'll have the full version for you, okay? So look forward to that. All right, Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to thousands of lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple that was in Jerusalem. Okay, king's son. The king and his princes and wives and concubines might drink therein. So he's going to drink the temple. He's going to use the temple vestiles for his party. Okay, that God commanded to be holy and not be touched or defiled. All right. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princesses his wives and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and silver and brass, of iron, wood, and stone. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against a candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. When the king, see, they knew all this stuff way back when, in the ancient times, okay? They were in tune. Now we got to get in tuned, okay? When the king's countenance was changed and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loose and his knees smote one against another, the king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and soothsayers. So he was scared stiff that his knees were shaking. Bring in the soothsayers, the king spake, and said to the wise men of Babylon, whoever shall read this writing, show me an interpretation thereof, shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold around his neck, and shall be the third ruler of the kingdom. Then came in the king's wise men, and they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then there was King Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astoned. Now the queen, by the reason of the words of the king, and his lords came into the banquet house, and the queen spoke and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. There is a man in the kingdom in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And in the days of thy father, light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar thy father, the king, I say, thy father, made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. For so much as the excellent spirit, knowledge and understanding, interpretation of dreams, and showing of hard sentences, dissolving the doubts, were found in the name of Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. Then was Daniel brought before the king, and the king spoke unto Daniel, Art thou Daniel, which art of children of the captive of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry. I have even heard of thee, and thy spirit of the gods is in thee, that the light and understanding, excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men and the astrologers have been brought in before me, and they should read this writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof. But they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee, and thou canst make interpretation and dissolve doubt. Now, if thou canst read the writing, make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold around thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, give thy reward to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high, God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all the people, nations, language trembled and feared before him, whom he slew, whom he would have kept alive, whom he would set up, and whom he would put down. When the heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingdom throne, and then they took his glory from him. He was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like beast, and the dwelling was that of the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen. His body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High God ruled the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomever he will. So God picks kings, queens, and everybody else. And thou, thy son, O Belshazzar, hast thou humbled thy heart, that thou knowest all this, but hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven? And they that brought the vessels of the house before thee, thou and thy lords, thy wives and concubines, have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the gods of silver, gold, brass, wood, and iron, and stone, which see not, nor hear not, and the God in whose hand thy breath is? Whose are all thy ways? Hast thou not glorified? So, even your breath comes from God. When the part of the hand set from him and his writing was written, this is the writing that is written, and it's MENETEKELUPHARSIN. This interpretation of the thing, MENE, God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. TEKEL, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. PERES, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Then commanded Belshazzar, they clothed Daniel with scarlet, put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that should be the third ruler of the kingdom. In that night was Belshazzar the king of the Chaldeans slain. And Darius and the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. That's the reading for chapter 5. I do hope you have a blessed Friday. Give me a thumbs up only if you like it. Share, subscribe. Leave me a note and a comment. I would love to hear from you. And for my other subscribers, please stay in touch. Okay, thanks. Bye.